Oh, hey everybody, good morning. It is 7 o'clock and the humidity is thick today. You could cut it with a knife, but that's not going to slow us down. We are getting this battery out of here right at this moment, taking it down to the AutoZone. Taking it down to the AutoZone to get a new one. And then when we get back, we'll be pulling out these porcelain glitter sticks down here, inspecting them and cleaning them out. Then we will be moving down to the gas tank, doing what I should have done the first time and cleaning it out. From there, we'll take a second, regroup, and see if we can't get this thing fired up. We might have to be pulling the 7 fuse for the alarm system, but we'll figure that out when we get there. So let's get cracking. AutoZone got us a glitter box and some flammable spray. So let's get back and get this in the little car and get cracking at it. Oh yeah. Whew. That's surprisingly a very heavy hood. Either the latches need a little oil, but I think it's just a really surprisingly heavy hood. A new sparkle box today. Hot dog. Me and the old woman went down to the AutoZone, and for something like almost 400 hollies, got us a new glitter box. Hiya! Ah, look at that. I don't think I've ever seen that in a North American. Don't think I've ever seen that with a North American battery. Perhaps they have them, perhaps they don't, but that's cool. We're going to keep that in the book of receipts. Mark it for the day we put it in. And yeah, brand new glitter box. Let's go dyslexia up these cords. Now before I stick this in there, we should probably clean the glitter box's little things. Have a look. A little bit of rust in here, but nothing bad. Actually, these aren't too bad. That could be cleaned up a bit. I see fresh metal on the inside, so it's not so far gone. I would like to put some fresh paint down in here though, but I don't have any at the moment, so that will have to be another time. It's very clean in here. Now, ideally, you would want to use a little wire brush for this, a little port cleaner, wire brush, but don't have one, so make do with what I got. Okay. Let's get this all dyslexia'd in here, and we'll have some real fun. Watch some sparkles happen. I do want to be careful slamming this in here. I never just like to throw a battery in. You'll end up breaking something, of course. Okay, things are already sparking. There it goes. Just need some sweet talking to. If anything's not working well for you, try to speak to it more sweetly. I need to find some spray for this corrosion. I don't like that, but didn't see anything at the auto parts store when I was there today. Yummy. Mint green. 10 millimeter does the job. Okay. That's down. This, switch this, pull this. Isn't that a nice little kit? Nice little tool kit. Not a tool kit, but nice little setup. I like it. Until your fingers are greasy or sweaty and you can't pull that off. Gosh, you know, this just seems like a 13. Oh, that's because it is a 13. It is hotter than the devil's frying pan today, I tell you what. On top of that, we got some heavy, heavy humidity. You could cut it with a knife, quite literally. You could cut it like a ham. Whew, it's heavy. Heavy, heavy, heavy. Voila. Okay. Look at that. Fresh battery box. We got us a brand new glitter box. How about that? I'm very excited. Ooh. Wow. That rubber is fresh. I doubt there's any problem with these spark plugs, but let's go ahead and pull one and just see what they look like. Seemed a little tight for a spark plug. Just wiping it off with my finger. That's actually in really good, oh. That's actually in really amazing shape. It's basically brand new. Wow, all right. You get at that age where every time you bend over, it's a ha. Whoo. Yeah. My wife starts mocking me, going, Alec, really? 40. Things get hard. I'm going to edit all of that out of the video, of course. Okay. Now that was in there rather ferociously tight, so we will try to put it back something like that. There's a little bit of tightness there. Now, it goes without saying that spark plugs should always be put to proper torque. And that's how it just isn't going to be today. That one is in there. It's all locked in. Since that's done, let's have a look at the air box. Got my Poverty electric wrench out. Bzzz. Those are always nice, those little battery operated ones. Makes quick work of this. But then you end up just stripping out the plastic. Even this, a 2006, I think it is, plastic. I remember my grandfather, and my wife says the same thing about her grandfather, complaining, oh, the cars are becoming plastic. You know, children born in the late 70s, early 80s, that's all they know. It's like the younger generation growing up with iPhones in their hand. They'll never know a time that did not have plastic in a vehicle. That one's in there. Really doesn't feel good. Oh, it's a long one. Okay. So we got one long one in the back. Let's remember that. Let's set that to the side. I wonder if that really, actually it feels like it popped through the plastic. I doubt that was supposed to go in there. Strange. Somebody at the factory just grabbed the wrong bolt or something. I can see this has never been opened. I think this is original air filter in here. Yeah, so somebody must have put the wrong bolt in there from factory. Oh, there it is. Wow, that's that's brand new. Like everything in this car, brand new. Okay, well, you just go back on there. And we do have some oil in here. Surprise, surprise. Look at that. Got a little oil in the airbox. Do these little girls burn up oil or so? And if it's really just right there. It's nowhere else. It's just like it got a little oil vapor in there or something. Strange. Not sure about that. Everything about this is so very, very new. I'm gonna do something sassy. I'm gonna give a little Car 2000, a little carburetor cleaner, squirt, squirt in there. Especially now that I saw a little oil in there. I think I'm just gonna squirt a little too much in there. This goofy bolt, let's put in first. Don't know what happened there. Somebody was just having a bad day after lunch or something. Well, whatever, it's twice the length, it'd go in. You know whoever put that in there knew darn well that didn't go there. I could feel it coming out the bottom of the plastic, so let's not over torque that. You knew darn well that that wasn't the bolt that goes there, and they just did it anyhow. Good job. Okay, we did spray some juice down in there. I got a really great comment from a viewer. Told me about the alarm system, that maybe the doors have to be shut or maybe the hood is firing off some type of alarm. But let's see what happens. Let's just give it a shot, see what happens. Maybe she'll fire up. Maybe I'll seize the motor, who knows? OCD, push that down one more time. All right. It's raining cats and dogs. It's raining cats and dogs. It's raining cats and dogs. Okay, no more of that. Pretty cool. Okay. All right. No alarm system. Empty fuel, that's kind of... Go ahead and see if it fires up again. Oh, it's trying, it's trying. Okay, well, we had some success in getting this thing fired up. Unfortunately, you could smell the bad fuel coming through. So I think the fuel filter is completely clogged, or the fuel pump isn't pumping. It really felt like that the fuel pump was really struggling to pump. So I think probably should open up the fuel line and see if we're even getting gas. I see there's a fuel line right here coming through. And what I would like to do is just cut into that, but unfortunately I don't have a fuel filter with me. That will be a tomorrow thing. And I doubt I can unplug it here. I bet that's just, actually it's kind of pliable. Maybe if I'm very delicate, I could get it off here. Okay, I just broke that like a tea party. Well, sometimes things just don't go the way you want. I was down here messing with this, trying to pull this hose off, and I knew I would do it, and I just broke that little connection. I was trying to cut the hose back, but this is different than things I've messed with. I don't know too much about it, and I broke it. I was simply trying to cut the line back, but apparently this is, I think it's a plastic line going all the way through. So I don't know if I have to replace this whole line, if I could just get an angle piece to repair it. No clue. I'll find out. Right now I just want to turn on the motor and see if gas is pumping out of here. The line was under pressure, so not very much pressure, but it had a little bit in there. But now with this braking, this is going to be a bit of a setback. So let's just turn on and see if we got even fuel coming down. Do we have any fuel? That's not good tasting. So it doesn't seem like the fuel pump is engaging. Really bad gas in there. So I have to go track down this part right now, put it back together, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. We aren't getting any pressure in the fuel line, so it makes me think that the fuel filter or the fuel pump fuel filter is the next step to look at. Fix this line, and yeah, we'll go from there. Well, today we're going to do what I should have done in the first place, and that's clean out that gas tank. Well, heck, I wish I could just siphon that out of there real nice and easy, but oh, it's so bad I don't even want to do it. It was like very bad, like whiskey taste, very not good. So I'm gonna go ahead and open this flap up, take it out that way. At least get my arm in there, inspect the status of the floater, and a quick little how-to. First, you want a Phillips screwdriver. Got 2 Phillips here. I really enjoy how the Gol seats just kind of fold forward. That is really cool. Okay, now carefully, so once you get those out of there, you'll have a, I accidentally just broke this. Trying to do it with one hand. Oh, okay. So you want to be gentle, more gentle than I. But now you can see the main gas line right there. We want to disconnect those. Oh, wow, okay. So, see, gasoline in that one. That's good. How about this? Oh, this one is not coming so easily. Okay, so there was fuel in the line. That is super cool and super good. And as you can see here, there is like this plastic cap that goes around. We will want to tap that off very gentle. There is a specialized tool for this. Of course, I do not have it, but if we're careful, we can take care of it. It's good to know that when you're doing this, if you gotta do it this way, angle your tool in the direction of the threads. It makes it go a little bit easier. So there you go. Okay, so there you go. You just keep tapping on it until it gets loose. And then eventually you'll be able to twist it off by hand. One thing I figured that I should have done different is I shouldn't have taken off these gas lines before I started tapping it, because as soon as I started tapping it, little bits of gasoline started flipping up at me, bouncing up at me. So there you go. Get those gas lines to the side. Without breaking anything, be gentle. Don't be a caveman. Man, drop that gently down there. So when I pull this up, there's probably going to be a whole bunch of gas on it. So we should have some trash bags or something down to protect these carpets. So we'll just try to be really delicate on what we're doing right now. So first off, we got a sensor right there we want to be careful of. I want to grab a bucket to pull this up into. So we'll just set it like that. Grab me bucket. With bad enough. Splash me in the mouth. It got me again. Whew. Okay. So we want to get this out of here. So there's a filter on it, and you want to like manipulate this little arm with the floater. Well, I'll be monkey's uncle. There's more gas in there than I would have liked. And here, come have a look. Looky, looky. It is not so bad. It's actually quite clear. I think that gas that I put in there was basically the only gas it had. So actually, I would like to get this out of here, at least a little bit, and inspect what we got here. This looks good. I was expecting to see a bunch of brown crystals like what we saw on the gas tank. So this is what we got right now. A bunch of There are no crystals in it. The gas line certainly is good. Well, this is a good sign. I think this is all good. Let's try to get out some of this bad gas. Try to get some good gas in it. There's more gas in there than I would like to clean up this way. I don't want to do it, but maybe we have to do it. Maybe we could siphon out that side. Ugh, I don't want to do that. You guys don't want to see me do that. But there's more than I could just take out by sponge. There we go. We got it this time. Whew. Whew. Nojenta. We got it this time. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Look at this Texas gold. That's varnish, my friends. That is a no-go. I'm glad to be getting that out of that tank. Should have done this in the first place. I was a little nervous too, honestly. I didn't want to have to take that all apart. I didn't know how easily it would come apart, and I certainly didn't want to break anything of this. All right, well, that seems like that's all the gas I'm going to be able to siphon off this way. I'm going to try to be real delicate and sponge out the rest. Yay! Okay, let's do it. Okay, let's do this. So I got my rag, I got my bucket. I don't know how I'm standing. I'm doing like a Riker position here.
Hi.
Definitely got like a Riker position going on here. Voila. Oh dear Lord, I should have done this the first time. And that's putting a whole bunch in there. So I bet if I didn't put gas in there, it was just that deep brown, nasty 15-year-old gasoline. This tank is virtually empty now. As soon as we get it all the way out, I got a wee bit more gas. I spent a little bit more money. The assembly is just the reverse of the disassembly. Taking it apart. You do the opposite. So we're gonna do that and put this all back together. I'll stick my arm in there with the rag and see if I can't just get a little bit more of that out of there. Which there's really a couple of goes of that, and that'd be good. Oh yeah. Oh, we spilled a little bit. Yeah. We basically got one little drop on the seats. We'll have to clean that later. But let's get it all put back together now. Hello, Mr. Light, you're pointing the wrong way. There we are. Hey, hey, hey. I can see now. Okay. We got all that gas out of there. If you want to have a looky, we got the gassy out of there. I mean, there's a little tiny puddle in there, but I think that's okay. I think that's just fine. I hit my tooth. So once again, this is looking great. There's a Logan hair on it, of course, there is. And we're just gonna put it back in there. There's nothing on it, nothing clogging it. The hoses are in good condition. Everything looks to be in good condition. And we're going to do that. Okay, cool. So let's pull the Riker move. And we're going to try to put this in there. Remember, we have to negotiate that little flapper arm and just slide it on in. And then I want to come and wipe all this gas up. Flush. The rubber gasket seems to be in place. And then this needs to go on straight. Ooh, I'm kinking those lines. Gotta be careful with that. Woo. We're going to do that for about 20 or 30 minutes, so get back to you on that. Okay, so we got that all buttoned up. Now the next thing to do is put on the cap and make sure it's all on there. Well, there you go. That's how it's done. If you don't have the right tools, just a little bit of tapping on it and then putting it back the way it goes there was a rubber seal, a rubber gasket down there between the floater cap and the gas tank itself. It kind of worked itself up, made a little bit of a hassle, but if you just get it down in there, then put the unit down into the gas tank, that works really well. And then just make sure the cap isn't being like forced on, because that rubber wants to work itself back up. So make sure everything's just flat, not double threaded, and put it back on. Just keep tapping it until it's no longer tappable. So we got all that gross gas out. Let's put in some fresh gas and see what happens. Yeah. I'm really tickled pink how well my little paper funnel is working. This is a nice golden color, not that disgusting color. So think about it, I put a full one of these in there and it still made that gas come out like dark brown. So if I had done that the first time, I might have not popped that hose, broke that, try and take it apart. Okay, that's in there. Still doing that little gurgly noise, but I think that's okay. Okay, now that's how it's done. Pretty easy, pretty cool, pretty simple. Just important that it all goes back together and you don't kink those lines or double thread that cap, and make sure it's on there proper tight. It is nice to have the specialized tool to take that off, but when you don't have it, you know, that's how you get at it. Now I'm gonna put all this back together and see where we can go from there. The last time I was working in the engine compartment, I made a bit of a boo-boo and I broke something I shouldn't have. But I took measurements of everything and I got another elbow joint. So I should be able to fit these two pieces back together. We'll see how it goes. Sometimes these plastic tubes could be, you know, a bit of a trouble. Not going. I might have to replace this entire line if I can't get this to work, but I think I'll be able to get it. You know what's happening is the plastic line is actually pushing down into the sleeve. Maybe if I had boiling water, I could put this tip in some boiling water. Well, how about that? A little boiling water in a cup. I was able to push that right onto that plastic line. That worked out really well. Okay, now that I got that all taken care of, let's bring the lights on in, spill some boiling water on my feet, and get this all buttoned up now. Those aren't necessarily what you want to be doing. It's not so great, but in a pinch, like right now, it's gonna be, but we're gonna order this whole fuel line and put a fresh fuel line on there eventually. Okay, there it is. That mistake is now in the past. Moving forward. Let's get this air box put back in. Fuel line is buttoned up. Clips are in place. So we have a hose and a hose. Those all have to go into the air box. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah, let's go ahead and hook up the battery and see what happens real quick. I actually have a tiny little hammer. Let's use that instead. Yep, that worked a lot better than the butt of the knife. Mint green corrosion. These old cars are really great. I have a huge appreciation for them. Even though this is a 2006, I've never really actually owned a car newer than 2000. I think actually my BMW Z3 might have been like a 2003 or 2004 model, I don't know. It was right before they released the Z4, but you know, that was rather an embarrassing car to drive. It was like a fancy Miata, and I don't know, back in the early 2000s, those still had like the connotation of being, forgive me for saying, a pansy's car, a weak wrist car. I drove a Miata before. I found it rather underwhelming. It wasn't anything. I just did not enjoy it. Maybe I was too young to really see the pleasure of it, but the Z3 had the same connotation. When I traded it for a Boxster baseline, I didn't need nothing fancy, no bells, no whistles, just a box line, just a, you know, regular Boxster, first gen, 2000 model. It was interesting to see the reaction I would get from people. Truckers would try to run me off the road. People in their big F4 250s. You know, they see a guy in a Z3 off, and oh, get him off the road. They don't know I'm a brother of the 4x4. They have no idea. They just see that car and they want it out of their way. It's understandable. This is the messed up screw, so we're going to sort of push it all the way in there. But the Porsche Boxster, people would actually respect that car, as junky as it really was, as Phoenix desert faded paint as it was. My neighbor with a brand new Tesla, you know, he didn't care about that Tesla. He just wanted to keep talking about the Porsche Boxster and how he wished he never sold his. It's really a great car. If you guys have a chance to get a Boxster, do it. First gen, all the way. All the way. Oh, this is interesting. I'm looking at the headlight assembly from the inside. It actually has the metal from the first gen, I want to say. You could put circular headlights in here. That would be so cool. I'm not going to do it, but that would be cool. So hey, what's up? Let's see if this will start. I don't think it will, but fingers crossed. It has fresh gas in there. It has the fuel line put back together. Let's come out and see if there's fuel shooting all over the place, if those hoses are holding. But you stay here and tell me if it turns and what happens. The battery's all hooked up. Let's see what happens. Fingers crossed. Oh my goodness, moment of truth, people. Moment of truth. If it doesn't start, no problemo, we'll figure it out. It's a Volkswagen. Everything's hooked up. Everything's good. Stinks like gas in here. Okay. Everything's lining up. I don't hear the fuel pump kicking on. Okay. Oh, I heard the pump kick that time. Oh, God. Oh my God, we did it, people. She's running. Oh, wow. She sounds a little rough. No, keep going, keep going. Oh, wow, people. Okay. I think we did it. We got her up and running. She's running a little rough. I think the timing is off a little bit. Wow, look at that. Oh, she's running on her own. Yeah! Woo! We got her up and running. Look at that. She's running on her own. Oh yeah. She smells good too. That fresh gas is good in there. Right on. We got her up and going. This is awesome. 15 years of not running. Here she is running under her own power. And she's smoothing out. No gas leaking, nothing. Wow, is she charging battery? Is the alternator working? Well, there is no battery readout, so I kind of don't want to turn her off. I would like her to keep running. But she's smoothing out, she's going. This is awesome. Well, join me for the next video. I think tomorrow or soon, we're going to take her out on the street and go get her clean. Get the air in the tires and let her see the light of day for the first time in 15 years. This is the first time this car has ran in 15 years. And all I should have done in the first place was a new battery, clean out the gas tank, put new gas in it, and I bet this would have fired straight up the first time. Well, that's all for now. If you guys like what we're doing here, please subscribe, give a thumbs up, and I'll see you on the flip side. Until próxima, ciao, ciao.